weekend you said it was one of your best in your 30 years as coach. How does this one rank?
Yeah, defensively it was almost perfect, you can say. Attacking-wise, we should have had the ball a little bit better, but it's when you score against Holland and the playing style they have, I mean, it's so important then that you keep patience and be on the right side all the time in the defense. And of course we were more focused on that, as I said to the players in halftime, even if we of course wanted to have the ball a little bit more. But defensively it was absolutely world class in my opinion. And I mean we created also some really good goal scoring chances. I think the statistics was 3-3 in finishing towards goal, so it's a different way to play football in.
But how pleased are you with the result and the overall performance?
Yeah, of course I mean all these 3 matches, the way the players has handled this and the whole staff, especially between Latvia and here when we for the first time only have 2 days between the matches. All the staff has been, the medical team has been fantastic, and the players also resting, eating, and the light training we had and the team meetings. So they are really performing as a team, and I think that's every team that you see winning something is always well organized to have a very, very clear idea how they want to play, and they have adapted. So what we learned during the first qualification, I think, pays off now, and everything's working better and better when it comes to the team performance.
How can you describe the form that Gylfi is in at this time?
Yeah, I mean, he is a world-class player. I mean, the unique with him, with his offensive skills and technical skills, is that he also is a world-class defender. I mean, he's one of the best two-ways players I have seen. So normally you're very good in defending or in attacking, but he can really do both. So he is really impressive.
Lars, could you comparing to some Swedish player you had?
I don't know if you mean in Sweden.
Yes.
I don't know if we had a player that was so good both ways. I don't know if I can name anyone. Yeah, maybe Fredrik Ljungberg was one that could play both ways really well. He was also a good defender, as really good in the attacking part. That's the first name I come up with.
Could you talk a bit about the defense and the goalkeeping? Because 3 clean sheets. That's a very good performance.
Yeah, we started, I mean, I think the week against Turkey, when we have a little bit more days, we had really good trainings. I think we were hesitating a little bit if we should try to find a friendly or training, but we decided to go for training, and I think that we really repeated and tried to get everything together during these days. So I think that was really a good start for us, and then when it worked perfectly, and we also had the attack. And I mean, we have these kind of players. I mean, Dadi and Kolbein doing a fantastic job in the start of the defense, but they're also good in the attacking part. But everything get together, so to speak, during this week. I think after what we have. When we have analyzed the last qualification and what Heimer and I thought this is the most important things to work with and try really to put it down. I mean, as long as you can have different opinions about football, but I mean, normally now I think we defended 40%, but or if it maybe was a little bit, we defended, they attacked, so we defended more than 60%, I think. No, I almost forgot the question.
What was the key to keeping Arjen open?
Yeah, what we said before the game was that we tried always to see that we could give him support. You have 3 players closest to him that have to try to help the fullback to close him down. You have first of all the wing midfielder, and Birki did a great job. Secondly, the Aron in his more defensive central midfield role, and third Ragnar. So one of them should always step in. And sometimes Dadi and Kolbein did it too. So no, I never seen him close down like they did today. That was also high class from the players. As we don't play a marking game and play a zonal defense, so it's important then that we. But also a key is when you meet skillful teams like Holland, is 1v1, that we don't lose 1v1 situations, and we didn't do that today.
Yes, at the back.
There we go.
Hello, I'm from Holland, doing business. Congratulations with your perfect performance, but what do you think is the problem for Dutch football? Do you see a problem?
No, I don't. I mean, you have a fantastic team. I mean, the way the individual skills in your team. My philosophy is, and this is I say with 100 respect to coaches with other philosophies, but I'm always fascinated during all my years that when you play with one striker, it's difficult to get a lot of power into the penalty box. It's much more easier, in my opinion, to defend against one single striker. So I was a little bit hesitating for the second half when Huntelaar came in, but then Van Persie dropped down, so it wasn't that big, because it doesn't matter if you play a good defense and if you don't put pressure on your central defender and into the penalty box. So I mean, you don't have a problem. I mean, normally with your skills you beat most of the opponents, I think, but so I don't see a problem, but I like to play teams with only one single striker. It's easier to defend them, I think, even if they are skillful like your team is.
He went off after the first half. Was he injured?
Yeah, he got a knee in his thigh from Robben, so they tried to treat him, and he tried to test to jog a little bit, but he couldn't run, so he was injured. To answer your question short.
What about Jon Daði? How happy with his performance?
Yeah, I think if you take in consideration that he is still an under-21 player and he only played a few friendlies before he started this qualification with us. So I mean, if you take that in consideration, but he is so clever without the ball, both in defense and attack, and as we want to use the strikers when we start defending also, and he is fantastic in that, because he takes all the right decision, being so young and so little experience, and then he has the power also to challenge the defense of Holland very, very well. I mean, with a little bit of luck, he could have scored today. But I mean, you can talk about all the players today. I mean, they did a really, really good team performance, looking from that, but also individual. Even if I would have liked us to keep the ball a little bit more, but as I said, when you score against Holland, it's easy to maybe step down a little bit and try to keep the defense tight all the time.
Can you agree in these first 3 games that Emil has shown how good player he is?
Definitely. He's one of our best today, I think. And he's been really good in all these 3 games.
I'm sorry if I've asked you before, but the difference between this qualifying campaign and the last one, can you summarize what the main difference has been for you in these first 3 games?
I mean, first of all, you get the experience. I mean, if you take away a few players, if you look upon the starting 11, this is a pretty young team. So we learned, of course, a lot, both the players and myself, and the way we wanted to play. I mean, we didn't show it today, but the defense was pretty good in most of the games in the last qualification. But that we have stepped up one level, I would say. It's close as good as it can be for these 3 matches. Then I think we have developed, even if we didn't show it so much today, the attacking part of it. But it is that you learn, you get better and better as a team. They read the situations much better. They know how we want to cooperate, both when we have the ball and when we're defending. So I think that is the explanation. Everybody knows their role in the team, what we would like them to do, both when we attack and when we defend. So very little wrong decision making. I mean, that's really important in football, that you always take the right decisions.
And the mentality? Can you address the mentality in the team and explain?
Yeah, it's been fantastic since I came, and of course when you're winning, it's easy to be a coach, and easy with the attitude and everything around the team. I mean, and they like each other. There's no problem there, and they like to come home and play for Iceland. So I mean, it's been from the start a really good spirit, and of course when you're winning, it's getting even better, of course.
To me.
You had success with, obviously, with Sweden, and I wonder with the Icelandic team doing so well, if you have any worries about their ego becoming too big. You had some problems in Sweden with Zlatan and Olof Mjellberg and Ljungberg, and with the Dutch team traveling here, we know there's some players that don't get along. It happens in many teams. We've been a small team, but the eye of the world, I can say tonight, is on Iceland. Do you have any worries that a victory like this could change the mentality of the players?
Yeah, so far I haven't seen anything like that in the team. I mean, the way they are going together, even if you look upon outside the pitch, it's like you meet the school class coming to school after the summer vacation or something. I mean, they really enjoy being with each other. I don't see anything that pointing in that direction, and so I would be very surprised if this changed, and I can promise you that I and the rest of the staff, we will keep their feet on the ground if that happens. We're not anywhere yet. We only played 3 matches, even if that gave us a really good position for the moment, but we're not in France yet, far from that.
One follow-up question. Birkir Már Sævarsson told me just earlier that the players celebrated in the dressing room, but you and Heimir kept very cool. Was it hard to stay cool?
No, not at all. I'm maybe not that kind of person, but I can assure you I feel inside equal much as the players do. So, and then you have to study Fredrik also when he leads the celebration. So he's an entertainer there.
Further questions?
How do you keep the players grounded going forward?
Yeah, as we did after the Turkey game, we talked a lot about the attitude, and also, of course, we mentioned Cyprus a lot from the last qualification, and when you only had 2 days here, I mean, it was so much about reloading the batteries and fixing with the small hits they had, but I mean, it's a question of keep that going. I think that you have to, when you have team meetings, it's good if you can widen the perspectives a little bit, not just talk about football, talk about other things regarding how we work, what can happen, and things like that. So you try to be as good amateur psychologist as possible.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. Have a good night and a good